everyone, my name's Larry, aka Simidad. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Debt Free Owner Operator series. I hope you're all well, I hope you had a great week so far, and I hope you are enjoying the series so far. We are here in Joplin, in a construction zone. We are picking up some construction houses, taking those up to Cape Girardeau, on the other side of Missouri. We've got a 364-mile trip ahead of us, 6 hours, 36 to go. This is going to see us off 2 more cities from the Cruising Missouri event. Then we'll do the final 2 cities to get those nailed on. Just because we are running out of time for the Cruising Missouri event right now. The Cruising Missouri event, I believe, finishes in about a week's time. And like I said, we've got 4 cities left. This is going to clear off 2 because I drove over to Joplin, pick up a job, and roll over to Cape Girardeau. However it's pronounced, I do apologise if you're watching and you're from Missouri and you're from Cape Girardeau, however you pronounce it. Correct me if I'm, let me know in the comments if I'm being an idiot, saying it wrong. But yeah, we are back, boys and girls, ladies and gents. We are back on the Debt Free series, pumping the miles down, still cruising, still need to get ourselves some cash money, dollars, euros, pounds, cents, whatever you want to call it, to fix up our trucks. Well, let's get cruising now, boys. Let's get going. But I hope you're all well, guys. Hope you've had a fantastic week, whatever you've been up to. It's been a great couple of weeks here on the channel. Roadcraft came out. We've been doing an absolute bunch of streams. Been hitting the streams hard, boys. Every Monday, or Tuesday actually, sorry, every Tuesday, I get a little ping up from the YouTube Studio app, which is the app that I use. Or if you put videos up on YouTube, that's the app that you will use. I need to be in that other lane, what an idiot. That's the app that you will use as a creator. That gives you all of the statistics that you need to know whether your videos are doing well, etc, etc, etc. So every Tuesday I get a little ping on the app, says you've got your last week's summary is available. It used to be Monday, because I'm pretty sure they track it Monday to Sunday. It used to be a Monday, but I think they pushed it back a day to, as I assume, could be totally wrong. On a completely unrelated note, let's start turning this corner, and we will pause it there for a little quick utilities company photo. Actually means nothing, but it gets us a photo challenge at least. But yeah, the little ping up yesterday. Last week we done six. That's right, 6 live streams. The most live streams I've ever done in a week, ever. And I thought that was pretty bloody good. Don't tell me how many hours that I was live streaming for. That would be really good if they did that. But most of it, I think the shortest stream I've done was on the Monday on my birthday. We did a Train Sim World 5 stream, just to check everything was working, because it swapped over to Streamlabs OBS. And then yeah, it was a combination of pretty much the rest of the days. Then the rest of the 5 streams was Roadcraft. Absolutely loving the hell out of that game. It's a fantastic game. I was so excited for it before launch, and I was quite, as you do, get a little bit worried that the game might not live up to the hype, as it were. We're coming out. You stay back there, Mr. Driver. Thank you very much. Yeah, you always get a bit worried that the game doesn't live up to the hype, especially for me, because FS 25 was such a mega disappointment. That was the last game that I was... No, I wouldn't say... there was absolutely... I will say this. There was definitely not the same level of excitement at all at any stage of the process for FS 25. But that was the last game that I can remember that I was keeping an eye on the release for. Didn't pre-order it and still don't own it, but that was an absolute bomb in my opinion. That's my humble opinion, I'm sticking to it. There's still nothing that I've seen as of yet, although by all accounts my mate Mr. Farquhar, shout out Mr. F, check him out. He did a stream recently on FS25, since it had a bunch of updates and stuff, and he said it's pretty, it's pretty alright now. And the state of where it is now is where people kind of expected it to be when it was released. So, but the point of the story is, that was the last game I was kind of keeping an eye on release, and it was such a bit of disappointment that I was a bit concerned about Roadcraft. But nothing I'd seen in the run-up with any of the release trailers or the teaser trailers or anything like that had given me anything to really worry about. So I done the deed, pre-ordered my first game for, well, not first game, but pre-ordered a game for the first time in a long time, and yeah, frankly, it didn't disappoint. A couple of, the only real issue, there's other people have had bigger bugs than I've had. Admittedly, there are bugs on the game, but the only issue I had with the game, which initially I was writing off as my issue rather than the game issue, but I subsequently see that as a patch that they're looking into, so I think it was actually a game issue rather than a me issue. And it wasn't even game breaking. I installed it on the Tuesday. I had to remote install it because it was coming out 4 PM my time, and I was like, yeah, cool, I'll be home, blah blah blah, work from home. And then I remembered that my daughter has gymnastics on a Tuesday. The track keeps breaking down. My daughter has a gymnastics class on a Tuesday at 4 o'clock, 4 till 4:50. Bloody hell! And the thing with the gymnastics class is, it's one of them things where it's like, it's not far away. It's not in the land of far away, but it is far enough away that it doesn't make any sense to drive back. It's sort of a dump and run situation where she stays in the class and I leave her there until she's finished, and then I can obviously come back and pick her up because that's the law. She's my kid, I have to come pick her up. But it's kind of like, it's far enough away that it doesn't make any sense for me to drive back to then have to go and pick her back. I did it once, and yeah, I have to drive right through the middle of my town centre, and at that time of day, rush hour starting to pick up, so it takes ages to get through town. I got home, literally had no more than 5 minutes home before I had to leave to go back. So since then, when I take her, it's one of them ones where it's like, it's not terribly far away. It literally takes like 10 minutes to get there, but it's far enough away at that time of day to make it not worthwhile to go and pick her up, to sort of take her and then come home and pick her back up later on. So I just hang around in the car park, sit in my car, bring my AirPods with me, I sit there, try and catch up on whatever YouTube videos I've got on my sort of YouTube to-do list, if you like. So I was sitting there and I was like, oh bollocks, it's coming out now. So luckily I managed to get it to work and remote installed it on my from my phone to my PC. Got it installed. I fired it up when I got back just to make sure it installed properly and all the files were verified and everything like that, and I could just launch in. And yeah, the first time I actually played it and loaded into a map and everything was straight into Precipice, and that was live on stream, and my controller didn't work. I've got an Xbox controller, one of the new ones as well, the USB-C ones that comes with the series, the Xbox X and S, the newest ones. But it's basically, it was a deal when we got the Xbox. It was a deal to get like a half-price controller or something. So I was like, yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that for me. But that's my gaming controller. It's a blue one. Anyone cares, blue and white. But yeah, it didn't work. I was like, bollocks. So I thought it was something to me. I thought I was looking at all the menus, trying to see if I needed to activate something. And in the end, I just tried a different lead. Got a different USB-C lead. I've got a little box of cables, right? And if you're a, well, I say if you're a bloke, I'm sure some women do it as well, but if you're a bloke, you'll know about the stuff drawer, you know about the cable box. And I've got a box of cables. Just leave those bar lights on, you know. Oh yeah, so I just got a box of cables, so just grabbed another USB-C lead off the box, and it worked. It was fine. So I thought basically it was a dodgy lead, but I tried the lead after the stream and it was fine. The lead has sort of worked for me, no problem in other. Oh, shoot. We're gonna get a fine there for headlight usage. So we must have not been headlighted up. So yeah, and after that it worked absolutely fine. So like I said, I put it down to the fact it must have just been a dodgy lead or something. And then when they released the first sort of post-release blog post, I think it was the day after they came out, and they just basically like an update post to say, right, this is well done, you know, thanks for the launch, thanks for everyone getting involved, because it's been, in my opinion, been a pretty old big launch. And to my surprise, it was actually on the bugs list of things they were looking into. So I think it was a game issue rather than my issue in the end. But yeah, so I think it was like I said, I think it was a in the end, although I initially wrote it off as my issue with the dodgy lead, it was actually a game issue. Like I said, it wasn't game breaking. You know, I could have carried on playing the game on mouse and keyboard, no problem, if I wanted to. I probably, on honesty, I probably would have just gone and grabbed another controller and tried that if I didn't have a spare lead. But yeah, that's all sorted. That was the only issue that I really had with the game. There are some other issues, but again, none of the issues, in my opinion at least, are what I would consider game breaking. That would, if I was experiencing those issues, that would dissuade me from playing the game because of the issues. So, you know, I think that is a pretty bloody successful launch by all accounts. Way station is closed today. Way. So yeah, we've been loving that game. We've been playing it a heck of a load. I was on it last night. Like I said, I've done the 6 streams last week. 5 of those are on Roadcraft. What we got going on here? Hello. Hello, collision. Learn to drive, you morons. So 5 of them streams are on Roadcraft, including one very late stream. I literally went live at like 20 to midnight one night. Because, and the story behind that is I had some bread proving. Because, you know, I'm turned 36 now, so that means I need to start baking bread. That's my, that's what I won in the lottery of in your 30s crafts. Yeah, I was, used to bake a bit when I was younger, so I just started doing it again. And make sure we're on the right track here, down here. Yep. Yeah, so I had some bread proving, and I hadn't done my timings very well. I wasn't actually planning on staying up late to stream, but when I'd mixed it up and everything, I needed to wait for it to prove and then put it in the fridge overnight. So I was up late, was at a loose end. I didn't want to play on on too much because I didn't, you know, I don't with the streams right on Roadcraft. And apologies if you're not here for Roadcraft. This episode is probably going to be, but as it is already it's going to be very heavy on the old Roadcraft chatter. But yeah, so I wasn't gonna stream because it was late, and then I wanted to play Roadcraft, but I don't want to be like doing an absolute ton of stuff between episodes. So you know, I want to sort of try and leave some of the stuff in as much as I can. There's going to be things that I'll do between episodes now and again, like collecting up resources and stuff like that. Because as much as I enjoy that element of the game as well, like, you know, I enjoy all the elements of the game, if you're on a stream, you know, you can't guarantee that the viewers are going to want to watch that same, you know, watch me just load after load of concrete in the mule or metal in the mule. So, you know, there'll be stuff like that where I'll do that sort of kind of between streams to just set us up better for the next stream. So, like, at the point of recording this, I was on last night for about an hour and a half, and all I was doing was I had the mule with the crane, and I was driving around, and I was just picking up concrete. That was all I was doing. Picked up some concrete because you need the concrete to put it into the factory to make new concrete slabs to build bridges and stuff. But that was literally all I was doing last night, and I did that for an hour and a half, and I thought, well, actually, that gets me a little step ahead in a tiny fraction of a step ahead. It's like preparation, if you like. So I did that, collected up a bunch of concrete, made a load of concrete slabs, got an amount of concrete slabs loaded to my trailer, ready for the next stream, where we'll repair one bridge, and then that will have cut, you know, the actual job of driving from the concrete production to the bridge repair will be done on stream, and the actual building of the bridge will be done on stream. But I've saved myself like an hour and a half of just loading stuff. Not saved myself, I saved the viewer an hour and a half of watching stuff. So I'm not spending the first hour and a half of the stream just driving around loading up a load of concrete and stuff. So there'll be stuff like that, but I don't want to be like tearing ahead doing like loads of the jobs and stuff between streams, and then by the next stream everyone's like, hang on, we're about 10 hours ahead of where we were on the last stream, what's going on here? Whereas I feel like with things like gathering resources and stuff, that doesn't massively progress the quote-unquote story. Oh, don't need to be that far up. Yeah, that doesn't like massively progress the story. It just sets us up to be able to carry on without, you know, not wasting, but without spending a ton of time on each stream gathering up resources and waiting for them to process and stuff like that. So yeah, so I ended up doing that stream. Initially it was going to be like an hour long stream, and then it was actually ended up being, I think, more like 2.5 hours. We ended up going to just a little after 2 AM. It's been good. It's been good to get back into streaming as well, to be honest, because it's been a minute. You know, I think it's sort of like I had a bit of a break, and it really was an unintended break, and I don't really want to go into a lot of the reasons and stuff, but basically my head just wasn't in the game, and I say game proverbially as in game of YouTube, not a specific game, but my head just wasn't in the content creation game at the time, so I ended up having like 4 months off or something at the end of last year, where I just wasn't making videos, I wasn't doing live streams. I was making videos, but I wasn't making regular. They were very sporadic. There were times where it'd go weeks without videos coming out, and then there'd be times where you'd get like 3 or 4 videos a week. So I just weren't really like in the headspace for it. I weren't really, you know, other stuff going on. I just was lacking mega motivation. So yeah, pretty much everything stopped. I think when we did the 400 live stream special on this, when we first started doing the Missouri jobs, I think at that point it'd been like 7 months since the last stream. So yeah, it was crazy long, and like I said, the videos are really sporadic. So it's been really, really good. I genuinely mean that. I can't keep up the intensity of the streams. Like I said, last week was 6 streams. So far this week, I don't know. I think off the top of my head, I think I streamed Monday this week. It's now Wednesday at the point of recording. Definitely didn't stream last night. I may not have even streamed Monday actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I can't quite remember. But yeah, I can't keep up the same intensity for a long period of time with the streams. It's a very much there's a new game launch understanding situation going on here, so you know I'm gonna be streaming as much as I can, sort of probably for another week and a half, as many days as I possibly can squeeze in, and then after that I'm gonna keep up the streaming, but I'll probably just drop it to 2 streams a week. Because it's been really good. Like, I missed it. Now I'm back doing it. I think, oh yeah, I've missed doing this. You know, the streams are like a different bag. Like, I'm sitting here now in my office. It's early morning. The kids are off school. They're with their auntie because I've got to work in a minute. So as soon as I finish this run, I've got to hit stop. Process. I've probably got. I have about, I reckon, 15, 20 minutes before I have to start work to process the video and at least get it rendering ready to upload it overnight. But I'm just sitting here in my office, curtains are drawn, just rabbiting away to myself. Whereas other streams are a different, you know, they're a different kettle of fish in the sense of they're a chill vibe, and I'm just sick in my mouth. And I hate saying that chill vibe. It's such a Gen Z thing to say. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's just a cool time hanging out with you folks. As a, you know, and I like the instant feedback loop of it, where you're kind of just chatting away. People are coming back at you with questions, answers, interesting points, hints and tips. You know, like on the shout out Rusty, my man Rusty. There's been a couple of times on the stream where he's offered up not to solve the problem. You know, he's very good like that, and he knows how much I enjoy the roadcraft. So he doesn't tell me like, right, in bullet point, do this, 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 and this. This is how you get past this bit. But he's very good at picking up when I'm not perhaps seeing the obvious, and he'll say, "Do you want a little hint?" So he'll give me the tiniest of little, you know, the tiniest little sugarcoat into just a tiny little something, something to get me to where, you know, get me to process of what needs to be done if I'm stuck, you know. So, and that's the kind of feed. Whoa, 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 shoot. Holy moly. I don't know what's just happened then. My whole entire game is just frozen. Literally, I can't do anything. It's just blue spinning wheel a sec. Oh. Alright. Yeah, the game's just completely kaput. Right, give me a sec. I'm gonna load back in and see where we're at. So, all right, we're loaded back in. Luckily for us, it's give us a it's picked us up just before that. Basically, I don't even know what happened because the game just completely froze up on me. My wheel was completely locked one way. As in, I've literally just had to like restart my whole entire wheel. So yeah, I don't know. Personally, I don't think that was me. I think that was a computer / hardware bug. But it's luckily the auto save has put us back a little bit. But it completely froze up on me. I don't know what that was. Like I said, when I was trying to steer the wheel, it was just completely locked. My game was froze, mouse wouldn't work, nothing. So don't know what that was. But we'll get on with the day. I've completely forgotten what we were talking about. I don't know if that's. I don't think that took us anything off because it's put us back. I don't think that's taken anything in terms of extra damage or anything like that, but that was crazy. Yeah, like I said, I have no idea what caused that at all. But we're 28 miles out from delivery. I've just been chatting away, the miles have been flowing down. I hope you guys are well. I hope you are enjoying the series. I hope you are getting some game time in yourself. I do appreciate there's been a lot of roadcraft chat on this episode, which if you're not here for roadcraft, I apologise for that, and if you're still watching at this point, I appreciate you. Yeah, we'll get cracking. We'll clear these last 18 miles off. Once we get to the spot, we're gonna have to find somewhere to sleep pretty sharpish, and we'll have to figure our way back to or over to some of the other states that we're missing. Yeah, if you are enjoying the episode so far, guys, even roadcraft and game crash included, then do hit the like button. It really does genuinely help me out with the algorithm. We are trying to yeah. I'll get crazy now, guys. Yeah, it does help me out with the algorithm. It lets the algorithm know that people are watching it, and then that pushes it to more people. We are doing well on the channel at the moment, and I want to keep that growth going. We're getting a bunch of new subscribers every week, and welcome to the family, you guys. And yeah, we're creeping ever closer to that 500 subscriber mark, which together that would be brilliant. Like I said before many a time, when I started this little old channel, it was just something to pass the time, learn a new skill, learn a bit of like video editing, putting content together and stuff. So the fact that nearly 500 of you have wanted to tag along for this journey is flipping awesome, mate. Yeah, I know, buddy. Yeah, we're cruising on now, boys. 10-4, 10-4, cruising on. Let's get a little slow down and slow and creeping peeping. Get it slow and steady, boys. Let's get some gears shifted. Yeah, like I said, this is going to take us, going to clear off 2 cities for us, as we were leaving out from a city that we hadn't delivered to or from yet. So I think we're down here. Yeah. That's where the road is. On this darkened alleyway. Let's go. Pay attention to the stop signs in the dark. Alrighty, let's go. Really need to get a suicide knob on this to make the steering a little bit easier. Now I've got the bigger wheel. We are delivering to Cape Girardeau. Girardeau. Some construction houses by all accounts. Are we in here? Yeah. Oh. Beautiful stuff. get a bit of outside camera while we figure out where our parking zone is. We're going to be under this canopy, I reckon, judged by the flag. Where are we at, boys? Alright, yeah, okay. We're actually just by there on a slight angle. Pull in over here. Do a little spinny spin. Spin-a-rooney. Let's go. Hey, buddy. Wrong way. Yeah, once we've done these Missouri jobs, we'll get cracking on some real paying jobs. Because we desperately need the money. Let's pull up a little bit. Alrighty. Yeah, so just back it up here. So after this one's done, we've got 2 more cities to go. And then we'll start getting some real paying jobs. We'll get some truck repairs done. Get the trucks on the road, sort of a bit more roadworthy. Alright, that's in. That'll do. That's going to be the delivery done, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do us. So, 376 miles, 39 minutes. Fuel consumed 66.8 gallons. That was our 66th World of Trucks contract. You can see we're just ever closer to level 12. And that's going to do us for this one. You can see there, Cruising Missouri, we've got 10 out of 12. So we've got a Kansas City, Missouri, down to Poplar Bluff run to do. Hopefully that's enough distance between, and we can clear that off in one job if I drive to one of those cities and start from there. So that's probably what we'll do for the next episode, guys. But if you have enjoyed this episode, do hit the like button. It does help me out with the algorithm, as I said earlier. Subscribe if you're not already. We are barreling towards 500 subscribers, which is wild. And leave me some thoughts, feedback, comments, tips, tricks, whatever you like down below. And we'll catch you in the next episode. Take care.